Today we dive headfirst into the Los Angeles, California, Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels of Where Even Am I? Welcome to Baseball Dreamland, where today's objective is to select the 8 best Angels clubs in history to participate in the Franchise Feud hosted by Dr. Dynastic.
What the hell is that?
The Franchise Feud is a tournament simulated in Out-of-the-Park Baseball 26, which will determine the greatest team in Major League Baseball history. Each franchise will send their best historical club as its representative in this tournament. To determine those representatives, Dr. Dynastic plays out an 8-team tournament on his Twitch stream for each franchise. He's soliciting one member from the OOTP community to select those 8-team fields for each franchise, and I've been chosen as the representative for the Angels. So here we go. Here are all 64 seasons the Angels have completed in Major League Baseball. My task is to choose and seed 8 of them. The 2002 club are the only World Series winners, so I'm giving them an automatic bid and the number 1 seed. No others stand out enough to warrant special treatment. We're going to settle this with a play-in tournament to the play-in tournament. The 20 clubs in yellow finished above 500 and with a positive run differential. They will compete for the final 7 spots in the Franchise Feud. So let's meet them now. The 1962 Angels shocked the baseball world in their second season, winning 86 games behind Lee Thomas and a resurgent Leon Wagner. The 1970 team earned credibility through Alex Johnson's batting title and a strong rotation featuring Clyde Wright's no-hitter. The 1978 Halos finished above 500 thanks to Don Baylor's muscle and Nolan Ryan's venomous fastball. Don Baylor's MVP season and Rod Carew's smooth stroke gave the 1979 Angels their first taste of the postseason, only to suffer heartbreak in the ALCS against Baltimore. Fred Lidd and Reggie Jackson joined the party, and the 1982 Angels slugged their way back to the ALCS, where they collapsed after taking a 2-0 series lead. The 1985 Angels were a 90-win club stuck in a stacked AL West. Mike Witt and the balanced lineup had them playing like a postseason club, though. 1 out away from the World Series, the 1986 Angels are remembered as much for Dave Henderson's homer as they are for a 92-win powerhouse led by rookie sensation Wally Joyner and Cy Young contender Mike Witt. A 91-win resurgence paced by Chuck Finley and a breakout year from Devon White, the 1989 squad felt like a contender until the A's juggernaut slammed the door. The 1995 Angels held a 10.5-game lead in August, then the epic collapse came punctuated by a Game 163 loss to Seattle. Tim Salmon and Jim Edmonds powered the 97 Angels, but they didn't have enough pitching to seriously contend. Darren Erstad broke out in 1998, but 85 wins weren't enough in a juiced-up AL West. On to the Mike Scioscia glory years of the 2000s. Vlad Guerrero carried the offense with an MVP season while the team clawed to 92 wins, but Boston showed up in the ALDS like a wrecking ball. The 2005 Halos reached the ALCS but ran into the White Sox pitching buzzsaw. Vlad was still raking in 2006, but age, injuries, and bad luck knocked the Angels down to 89 wins and no playoffs. The 2007 squad broke out with 94 wins behind some young homegrown talent. The Angels steamrolled the division but got swept by Boston again in the ALDS. 2008 brought a franchise-best 100 wins, Francisco Rodriguez shattered the saves record, and the Angels looked ready to finally exorcise the Red Sox until they didn't. Fueled by emotion after the death of Nick Adenhart, the 2009 Angels played inspired baseball, reaching the ALCS with a high-contact, relentless offense. They even beat the Red Sox for once before running into the Yankees machine. Jared Weaver dominated and the pitching staff sparkled, but inconsistent offense and a Texas juggernaut left the 2011 Angels just short with 86 wins. Mike Trout's rookie season was baseball's version of a lightning bolt, and Albert Pujols arrived in 2012 with hype, but somehow the Angels still missed the playoffs. The 2014 Angels won an AL Best 98 games with Trout in MVP form and a revived offense, only to get swept by the Royals in a blink. These 20 participants will play a 114-game season, 6 games against every other club. The top 5 finishers will qualify for the Franchise Feud and be seeded in order of their finish. The clubs who finish 6th through 9th will play an NBA-style play-in round to decide the final 2 qualifiers. We ready to do this?
Get it on!
1970 trails 1985 by 2, but with 2 on. Alex Johnson lines 1 to short, but Craig Berger is right there to make the catch. Elsewhere, 1982 Mike Witt shuts out the 2019 squad. 1979 Bobby Grich smacks 2 home runs against 1978, and 2004 Calvin Escobar shuts out 1962. Tie game in the 9th. 2011 Jordan Walden toes the rubber against 1989 Brian Downing. This one's deep to left field and gone for a walk-off home run. That's the good news for 1989. The bad news is that they're sitting in last place with a 5-14 record. The 2007 squad is in front with a 15-4 mark. 2014 and 1997 are tied for the final automatic qualification places with 12-7 records. 1979, 1962, 1998, and 2012 hold the play-in positions. Lots of baseball still to be played, though. 1982 has the bases loaded. Mark Langston's pitch is drilled through the drawn-in infield, and Ron Jackson walks off the 1995 Angels. 1982 improves their record to 20-18, and they've moved from 16th place to 6th. They're tied with 4 other clubs for those coveted play-in positions. The 2007 club remains in first place, and the 1962 Halos fell from 7th to 13th. Lots of congestion here. Andy Messersmith pitching for 1970. 2007's Howie Kendrick greets him with an opposite field home run, and it's a walk-off. 1970 falls 6 games behind the play-in pack, while 2007 is cruising atop the pool standings. 2006 has jumped from 11th to 3rd place, and 2009 has leaped from 16th place up to 8th. 1998 and 1979 have fallen from the play-in positions into the bottom half of the standings. There's a small crack forming between the top 5 and the play-in spots, but it's still as jumbled as can be. 1979 Mark Clear looking for a save against 1998, but Tim Salmon singles to right field, Dan Ford's throw is too late, Orlando Palmeiro and Darren Erstad score, ball game. 1998 improves to 33-43, but has a lot of work to do. 1979 falls to an even 38-38 in a 5-way tie for the final play-in position. The new leaders are 2004 with an 8-game cushion for automatic qualification. 2007, 2006, and 2014 are feeling somewhat comfortable as well. 2009, 1985, and 2011 have all moved up in the standings and now battle for the final automatic qualification spot. There's 7 more clubs still in the hunt. 1962 are down 1 with a runner on. It's up to Joe Coppy. He laces one into the hole, but it's caught on a dive by Andrew Romine, and 2012 wins. A few trends emerging after 95 games. First, the 2000s are asserting their dominance, now claiming 4 of the top 5 spots. Only Mike Trout's 2014 squad is spoiling their party. Second, the top 10 have broken off from the bottom 10. 1986, 1995, and 1997 are jostling for the best play-in positions, while hoping to catch 2009 for the final automatic qualification place. 2011 slumped from 7th place down to 11th. Now we'll just fast forward 5 days. Tied in the 11th, 1986's Jack Howell slashed one past 1995's Lee Smith into the corner. It scores Dick Schofield and earns 1986 a crucial walk-off victory. That win keeps 1986 in 6th place, still just 4 games out of 5th. 1995 falls a game behind them in 7th, with 1997, 1985, and the Baby Trout squads from 2012 and 2011 right on their heels. Just 14 games left. 2012 Zach Greinke's trying to finish off 2011, but Alberto Callaspo puts a charge into one, and it's caught in left field by Bobby Abreu. That snaps 2011's 4-game winning streak and gives both clubs 54 and 51 records, with 1985 and 1997 matching them for a 4-way tie. 1995 is just 1 game ahead of the pack, and they've been known to choke away late leads in the season. 1986 is inching closer to 5th place, but they're running out of games, just 9 to go. 1997 leads with Troy Percival on the mound. Dave Gallagher is 1995's last hope. He pops it up into the infield, and Darren Erstad gloves it. Don't say I didn't warn you. 1995 drops 4 of 5 to fall out of the play-in spots with just 4 games left to play. Now they're chasing the 1997 club that just beat them. 2012 has won 5 straight to launch themselves into the top half of the play-in tournament. 2006, 2014, and 2007 have clinched automatic qualification, while 2004 and 2009 have a little work left. As for 1985, well, they need to pray for, oh, right! Here are the standings heading into the final day. The automatic qualification spots are settled with a few seeds to be resolved. 1986 and 2012 will be part of the play-in tournament. 2011, 1997, 1985, and 1995 are vying for those final 2 spots. All ties will be resolved by 1-game tiebreakers. 2011 just need a win and they're in the play-in round. 1995 needs a win, a lot of help, and more wins in a tiebreaker. 1985 and 1997 have the murkiest picture. No matter what they do, a 1-game playoff is a strong possibility. 2012 may need a win to secure 7th place and give themselves 2 chances to qualify for the Franchise Feud. Bottom of the 13th, 1978 Don Baylor singles to right, Ken Landreau scores, and the 2011 squad will have to await the results of the other games. 1995 has 2 on in the 9th for Tony Phillips, but he grounds out to 1970 Jim Spencer at first base. The 1995 collapse is complete. Again. 1985 has a 9th inning lead and must retire Vernon Wells. John Candelaria strikes him out and they've secured a tiebreaker at least. 1997 must win to force a tie. Jim Edmonds' 8th inning single off 2008 Francisco Rodriguez makes it 10-5 and they get that crucial win. The standings after 114 games confirms our 5 automatic qualifiers and 2 clubs that'll face each other in a 7-game series to qualify. But to determine which other 2 clubs will participate in the series, we'll need a pair of tiebreaker games. And we have a 3rd tiebreaker between 2009 and 2014 to determine the number 4 and number 5 seeds. 2009 sneaks a 5-4 victory, so they'll be the number 4 seed, while 2014 will be the number 5 seed. These teams will play each other in the first round of the Angels Finals. The other game is a much bigger deal. The winner between 1997 and 2011 will reach the first play-in series. The loser will get another chance to qualify against 1985 tomorrow. 2011 Irvin Santana has a 3-hit shutout and only 1997 Chad Kruger left. He grounds out. 2011 finishes 8th and 1997 now travels to 1985. 1997 Jack Howell pinch hitting in the 12th inning and he sends one deep to left field and out of reach. It's a walk-off home run. Irvin Santana's heroics lands 2011 in 8th place and Jack Howell's walk-off puts 1997 in 9th place. Those 2 clubs will face each other in the first play-in round. Here's one final look at the standings with one correction. 2011 and 2012 are sorted wrong. 2012 finished 7th and 2011 finished 8th, which makes a big difference in this play-in format. For all the other clubs, it's thanks for playing, but you're cut. Here are the play-in matchups. 2012 and 1986 are playing for the number 7 seed in the Franchise Feud. The loser will still have another chance at the number 8 seed. It's do or die for 1997 and 2011. The winner has a chance for the 8 seed. The loser's eliminated. The 1986 club has taken a 3-1 lead over 2012 behind a pair of home runs from Bob Boone. They're just 1 win away from the Franchise Feud matchup against 2007. Can they finish the job? 2012 Alberto Callaspo steps up in a tie game and laces the game-winning single into right field. This series is headed to Game 6. But the comeback stops there. Bobby Grich drills his 2nd home run of the game and the 1986 Angels have clinched their place in the Franchise Feud. The 2011 Angels are looking to sweep 1997 despite only scoring 7 runs over the first 3 games. Dan Herron, Jared Weaver, and Irvin Santana have been sensational, but can 1997 make a comeback? They've got a 6-2 lead in Game 4, and Tim Salmon's 4th inning home run extends that lead by 2 more runs. 1997 wins, and we're off to Game 5. 1997, Chuck Finley is clinging to a 1-run lead. He strikes out 2011 Bobby Wilson, and we're off to Game 6 now. 2011, Torrey Hunter put an end to the nonsense in Game 6. His 7th inning RBI single made it 7-0. Say farewell to the 1997 Angels. We have one last series to decide the number 8 seed of the Franchise Feud, and it's a battle of the Baby Trouts, 2011 versus 2012. The winner faces the 2002 Anaheim Angels in the first round of the Franchise Feud. 2012 have jumped out to a 3-0 series lead. They've all been close games, especially that nail-biting Jared Weaver against Jared Weaver duel in Game 2. Let's see if 2011 can make some noise. They could not. 2012 built a 10-6 lead and retired 2011 Mark Trumbo on a flyout to Mike Trout in center field. 2012 earns the 8th seed in the Franchise Feud. There it is, the 8 clubs and the seeds heading into the Franchise Feud. Mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned. Dr. Dynastic, it's in your hands now. He streams the Franchise Feud for one team each Wednesday, and will play our bracket in real time to determine which club will represent the Angels in the final round. Check out the links in the description to follow Dr. Dynastic on Twitch or subscribe to his YouTube channel. That's a wrap. If you enjoyed the show, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to be notified of future videos as they're released. Hope to see you for the next one.